Okay, this is my speech. It's gold versus savings. Why precious metal outshines your bank account. So imagine you've just woken up to discover that your entire worth of savings has disappeared overnight due to bank failure. You would not be thrilled. Now, instead imagine holding an asset that has kept its value throughout all time and every crisis known to man. Now that asset is gold. This is why you need to invest in gold instead of putting your money in a bank. Investing in gold provides protection against inflation by maintaining purchasing power, serves as a reliable hedge against economic instability while being free from policy changes, and is dependable in its long-term growth value. So to start, gold has always been dependable in its long-term growth value. According to goldprice.com, historically gold prices have only risen, especially in times of financial crisis and inflation. When you compare the rate that gold prices rise by to a bank's interest rates over time, there's a marked difference. As an example, say if when I was born in 2007, my parents put $5,000 in a savings account for me at 2% interest and just let it sit there. And now 17 years later, I wanted to withdraw that, everything in the account plus the interest accumulated, and I would have $7,022. So you think that's not too bad for just letting the money sit there for 17 years. Sure, it's another $2,000. But now think about this. If my parents had instead used that $5,000 to buy gold in 2007 at the price that it was then, I could have had 7 1-ounce gold coins. And if I cashed that in today, it would be over $19,000. So we can clearly see with that how your money doesn't really grow that much over time in a bank compared to the rising prices of gold, especially after you factor in like the taxes and inflation in the bank account. So not only is investing in gold a better option return-wise, it is also a practical protectionist measure against bank troubles that can have and will continue to occur. As inflation erodes the value of your savings and bonds that only pay fixed interest, gold is the only safe way to safeguard your wealth. According to Forbes.com, because savings accounts typically only offer interest rates that are lower than the inflation rate, it means that your money will technically grow, but its purchasing power decreases over time. Gold's value is largely unaffected by inflation, so that means that as everything in our lives increases in price, gold protects against the loss of value. JP Morgan says that this applies around the world because gold is considered to have intrinsic value anywhere you go, whereas the dollar can lose its worth anywhere the government just says so. Finally, the last big reason you should invest in gold instead of putting your money in the bank is because it serves as a reliable hedge against economic instability and is mostly free from policy changes. Gold is largely immune to most taxes, with only a few exceptions, as well as totally immune to negative tax rates, which are basically when you pay the bank to hold your money. With bank accounts, there is often a withdrawal limit or fees you have to pay if you need to withdraw more than $10,000. This can cause major problems if there happens to be financial complications within the economy. So because gold is a tangible asset, something you can hold, and is not stored electronically in the bank, it is much more dependable in times of financial crisis than digital money, since it cannot be frozen or devalued. So in conclusion, in an era of economic uncertainty, protecting your wealth is more important than ever. By investing in gold, you can protect against the effects of inflation and economic shocks. Gold isn't just some metal, it's a strategy for financial security. So as you look to the future and consider your financial strategies, remember that with gold, you're not just buying a metal, you're investing in certainty.